former Israeli ambassador to France, Elie Barnavi, historian. Thank you for joining us here on France 24.
Hello.
First of all, we heard from the White House, the Prime Minister, say that the response had begun. What's it like where you are right now?
The response to what? To the rocket?
Yes, to the rocket attack. Yeah.
Well, there are attacks going on in the Gaza Strip right now, but for the time being, quite a classical response, I'd say. No terrestrial incursion, just aerial attacks on Hamas targets. Maybe more intense than usual, but for the time being, nothing really special.
These attacks coming in the run-up to those elections next month. Hamas denies that it fired the rocket that fell on a home near Tel Aviv. What do you make of it?
Well, Hamas denies, but we hold Hamas responsible for what's going on in the Gaza Strip, which is quite normal. We know that the rocket departed from a Gaza position, for a Hamas position, and I'd say all this is part of a routine. They try something, we respond, and we go back to square one. What's different now is that this pre-election period, which is extremely inconvenient for Netanyahu, because whatever option he chooses, it looks bad for him. If he really responds harshly this time because of the rocket on the center of Tel Aviv, it may lead to an adventure. He's not prone to, he's not really a warmonger. If he doesn't respond strongly, he will be attacked as a weakling in front of Hamas. Whatever he does, it's a very, very inconvenient time for him. So it will be interesting to see how all this unfolds. My guess it will react more harshly than usual this time, but not much more harshly. And after a while, it will come down. This is the interest of everybody right now.
All right, so there's going to be some kind of a hawkish reaction, although you're saying not an all-out war. You got some people even asking, does Hamas, in a way, is that their way of endorsing Netanyahu? Because after all, Netanyahu's camp is the more hawkish one.
It's hard to tell. I mean, I think it's a very strange game. It's a kind of a billiard game, or the Hamas puts pressure on Israel in order for us to respond, but in a way it's putting at the same time pressure on the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah, and it's a kind of three-way game. And Tel Aviv, it's a passive side. I mean, what you can say is that we didn't do much in order to take the initiative here, and taking the initiative is to do something politically. I mean, Netanyahu didn't do much, almost nothing actually, and so now we're reaping the fruit of this lack of action. You can't ignore Hamas because you can't do anything with Hamas. At the same time, ignore Abu Mazen and Ramallah because you don't want to do anything with Ramallah. So there are no Palestinians left to deal with. So here we stand. I mean, this is really the weak point of Netanyahu in this election. In general, there is no political, no diplomatic perspective whatsoever.
Okay, but he's going to be able. There is one point on which he'll be able to return to voters when he comes back from the United States, and that is this signing by Donald Trump of the recognition of the annexation of the Golan Heights. How much will that help Netanyahu?
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's Twitter diplomacy and propaganda. There's no substance here. It's exactly like the recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of the state of Israel. It won't change anything on the ground. On the diplomatic front, it's obviously counterproductive. It's good electorally, although it's very difficult to know to what extent. But apart from that, apart from saying, yes, look, we have a great friend in Washington who is recognized our hold and our sovereignty on the Golan, there is no much substance there. It's, from Trump's point of view, it's very difficult to understand what he is going to gain from this. If he really is serious about putting forward a peace plan in the region, surely the best way to do it is not to antagonize the Arabs and to awake a problem that was quite asleep. You know, everybody understood tacitly that there is not much to be done on the Golan, that we are there to stay, that nobody is going to return the Golan to Assad, certainly not now. So by doing this, you provoke a reaction, and you make the whole diplomatic situation more difficult. Again, exactly like Jerusalem. So yes, for people who are going to vote for him, in any case, it's a point in his favor. But apart from that, I can't see any real advantage to this.
Elie Barnavi, one final question for you. You're saying that the undecided voters won't be swayed by this. Every time, it seems, as a general election, we say, this time Netanyahu's in trouble, and then on election night, he's the big winner. Is it going to be the same case this time around?
A big winner, probably not, because he has huge problems. For the first time since he came to power, the second time, 10 years ago, he has a real challenger. It's Benny Gantz. It's a new alignment, his new party, Kahol Lavan. But this time it will be much more difficult. And it's probable that he will not come out from this election as the first party. He'll probably be second. Again, probably his bloc will be still bigger. So there is good chance, if I had to wager, I would say that he will still be able to form a government. It will be a very right-wing government, even more right-wing than now, and with little chance to survive long because you know, the man is going to be indicted, and in the short term, more or less short term, he's going to go to prison. So the real things will happen even if he manages to form the next government. The real thing will happen after the elections.
All right. Former Israeli ambassador to France, historian Elie Barnavi, many thanks for speaking with us from Tel Aviv.
Thank you.